Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving headfirst into the incredible world of iguanas, those fascinating reptiles scientifically known as iguanidae, that strut through tropical landscapes like living dinosaurs, rocking their vibrant colors, spiky crests, and laid-back vibes that make them some of nature's coolest creatures. A deep dive into everything that makes iguanas so extraordinary, from their jaw-dropping physical adaptations that scream evolutionary genius to their quirky behaviors, critical ecological roles, cultural significance across history, and a boatload of fun facts that'll keep you glued to your seats for this wild ride. Let's kick things off with where iguanas call home. Because these sun-loving reptiles are masters of thriving in warm, vibrant ecosystems, primarily across Central and South America, the Caribbean, parts of Mexico, and even some Pacific islands, with introduced populations basking in places like Florida and Hawaii. Picture them lounging on sun-warmed rocks in tropical rainforests, scrambling across arid scrublands, scaling trees in humid jungles, or chilling on coastal cliffs with ocean waves crashing below. They're right at home in environments where temperatures hover between 75 and 95 degrees Fahrenheit, soaking up rays to fuel their cold-blooded bodies. Their physical capabilities are straight up impressive. Iguanas are built like tanks, with muscular bodies, powerful limbs, and long whip-like tails that can be twice their body length, used for balance, defense, or even swimming. Their skin is covered in tough, beaded scales, often in dazzling shades of green, blue, or reddish-brown, with some sporting stripes or spots for camouflage or mate attraction. Fun fact, their scales are shed in patches, not all at once, giving them a patchwork look during molting season. Their iconic dorsal spines, running from neck to tail, aren't just for show. They regulate body temperature by absorbing heat and signal dominance or mood, flaring up like a punk rock mohawk when they're feeling feisty. Iguanas are arboreal and terrestrial, scampering up trees with razor-sharp claws that grip bark like Velcro, reaching heights of 50 feet, or sprinting across the ground at speeds up to 21 miles per hour when escaping predators like hawks or snakes. Some, like marine iguanas, are oceanic superstars, diving up to 100 feet to graze on algae, holding their breath for 30 minutes with specialized nasal glands that sneeze out excess salt, a quirky adaptation that makes them look like they're spitting seawater. Their senses are razor-sharp. Iguanas have excellent vision, with eyes that detect ultraviolet light and a third parietal eye on their heads, a light-sensitive organ that senses shadows from predators above, like a built-in early warning system. Their hearing picks up low-frequency sounds, and their tongues flick out to taste chemical cues in the air, helping them locate food or mates. Fun fact, their dewlap, a fleshy flap under the chin, isn't just decorative. It's a communication tool, flapping to attract mates, assert dominance, or regulate heat by increasing surface area. Their diets are mostly herbivorous, munching on leaves, flowers, fruits, and vines, with calcium-rich plants like hibiscus or collard greens fueling their bone growth, though younger iguanas occasionally snack on insects or small vertebrates for protein. Their digestive systems are marvels, with long intestines and microbial fermentation breaking down tough plant fibers, extracting 90% of nutrients, though they need hours of basking to process meals, sometimes eating only every other day. Ecologically, iguanas are vital players. Their grazing shapes vegetation, preventing overgrowth in forests and promoting biodiversity, while their seed-filled droppings disperse plants like figs or mangoes, regenerating ecosystems, with studies suggesting they spread over 200 species. Their burrowing creates shelters for smaller animals, and their presence supports predators like birds of prey or big cats, balancing food webs. However, iguanas face serious threats. Deforestation from agriculture and urbanization destroys habitats, climate change disrupts nesting, and the pet trade plucks thousands from the wild, with 60% of captured iguanas dying from stress or poor care. Introduced populations, like in Florida, wreak havoc as invasives, eating crops and outcompeting native species, prompting calls that spark ethical debates. Conservation efforts, like protected reserves in Costa Rica and breeding programs in the Galapagos, are crucial, with ecotourism boosting local economies while educating visitors. Behaviorally, iguanas are a mix of chill and charismatic. Most are solitary, staking out territories with head-bobbing displays or push-up battles, but they'll share prime basking spots, sprawling over each other like a reptile pylon. Mating season is a spectacle. Males puff up dewlaps, flash vibrant colors, and bob aggressively to woo females, who dig burrows to lay 20 to 70 eggs, covering them with soil and leaving them to incubate for 90 to 120 days. Hatchlings emerge independent, dodging predators like snakes or mongooses, with only 5% surviving their first year. Fun fact: female iguanas can store sperm for up to 2 years, laying fertile eggs without recent mating, a reproductive ace for sparse populations. Physically, iguanas are built for durability. Sizes range from 2-foot juveniles to 6-foot giants, weighing up to 20 pounds, with tails delivering whip-like strikes that can break a dog's leg. Their slow metabolism lets them survive lean times, fasting for weeks, and their lifespan stretches 15 to 20 years in the wild, sometimes 30 in captivity. Marine iguanas are unique, shrinking up to 20% during food shortages, a reversible adaptation called shrinkage that's rare in vertebrates. Culturally, iguanas are woven into human history. In Mayan mythology, they're linked to creation gods, their spines symbolizing sacred mountains, while in Caribbean folklore, they're tricksters, outsmarting foes with cunning. In modern times, they're pop culture icons, starring in films like Jurassic Park as stand-ins for dinosaurs, and their images adorn tropical merchandise, from t-shirts to tattoos, symbolizing resilience or island life. Fun fact: the phrase lizard lounging stems from their basking habits, inspiring beach slang. Their intelligence is underrated. Iguanas solve simple puzzles, recognize caretakers, and some learn to climb specific trees for food rewards. Behaviorally, they're full of surprises. Some dive into water to escape threats, swimming with serpentine tail motions, while others play dead, freezing for minutes to deter predators. Their head bobbing isn't random. It's a coded language with slow bobs signaling calm and rapid ones warning of aggression. Fun fact: marine iguanas form sneezing circles, expelling salt in synchronized sprays after diving, a sight that's both gross and hilarious. Their reproductive strategy is robust. Females choose mates based on dewlap size and color, ensuring strong genes and eggs incubate at precise temperatures, with 82 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit balancing male-female ratios. Ecologically, their burrows aerate soil, boosting plant growth, and their grazing controls invasive plants, like kudzu in introduced ranges. Another fun fact: iguanas can detach their tails to escape predators, regrowing them in 6 months, though the new tail lacks vertebrae, relying on cartilage. Their immune systems are tough, with antimicrobial skin secretions fighting infections, and their blood's high calcium levels prevent bone loss during egg laying. In some cultures, iguana meat is a delicacy, though overhunting threatens populations, prompting sustainable farming in Central America. Fun fact: their parietal eye, though not a true eye, detects 10% of light changes, alerting them to hawks in milliseconds. Their social interactions include push-up contests, where males compete for territory, sometimes lasting hours, and females signal readiness with subtle tail flicks. Another fun fact: iguanas bask for 6 to 8 hours daily, their skin darkening to absorb 70% more heat, a trick called melanization. Their conservation challenges are steep. Habitat loss affects 80% of wild populations, and climate-driven storms erode nesting sites, reducing hatchling survival by 30%. Invasive species, like feral cats, kill millions of hatchlings annually, and pet trade exports exceed 1 million iguanas yearly, with lax regulations in some regions. Ecotourism, like iguana watching in Aruba, supports conservation, with guides teaching respect for wild habitats. Fun fact: iguana tails inspired whip designs in ancient Mesoamerica, used in rituals. Their digestion extracts 85% of plant nutrients, with gut bacteria producing vitamin K, and their kidneys concentrate urine to save water in deserts. In folklore, iguanas guard buried treasures, their elusive nature fueling myths. Fun fact: some climb cacti to eat flowers, shrugging off spines like armor. Their heart rates drop to 10 beats per minute when diving, conserving oxygen, and their claws regrow yearly, sharpening on rocks. Before wrapping up, here's a final batch. Iguanas leap 20 feet from trees, landing unharmed. In Peru, they're rainomans. Their eggs weigh 1 ounce each, and their skin resists 50 pounds of pressure per inch. All right, you incredible nature enthusiasts, that's our ultra-deep dive into the world of iguanas, the remarkable Iguanidae. These reptiles embody nature's flair, from their spiky swagger to their ecological might. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop a comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.